Along the line! Guards to the right! Turn to the right! March! Battalion! Precinct! Out! Shoulder! Halt! Caliber! Halt! Battalion, 3 paces backwards, march! Battalion, countermarch! And the right flank, right, right! Right file to the left, march! My section in the line! March! much, ladies and gentlemen. Order. Ho! Today we are going to honor one of the most famous regiments in the British Army, the 93rd Southern Highlanders. And speaking on their behalf today is our General, Mr. Pakenham. When we come together here on this field, we enjoy what we do. We enjoy presenting history to you. But there is something more to it, particularly for those of us who wear red. Because despite the years, despite the history, at the moment there is no monument to the 1,000 or more British soldiers who died here, other than the people you see standing before you. We hope in the future this will change. These men fought bravely for what they believed in, for king and country, for hearth and home, and they were not some sort of evil invaders, although at the time they would be depicted as such. This is what we expect. This is the exigencies of war. But even during the war, the British Army respected a brave and skillful opponent. There is no doubt whatsoever that one of the bravest and most skillful opponents the British Army ever fought on the North American continent was Andrew Jackson. The men who died here, including Major General Sir Edward Pakenham, gave their lives for duty and comfort. That is why we commemorate them today, and that is why the tradition that was founded by the 93rd Foot Sutherland Highlanders Re-enactment Unit, which was actually founded at this site to commemorate this battle. That is why we continue to lay a wreath every year, and that is what we are here to do today. We thank our gallant opponents for being present. It is, as always, to have such wonderful representatives of the brave American troops who fought and died in the same war along with our ancestors here today. So without further ado, I will hand the parade over to the 93rd. Gentlemen. Attention! Battalion! Shoulder! Shoulder! Hold! Parade! Horn! Out!
Who's over there? coming out to Chalmette Battlefield today and honoring not only our foes and now our greatest allies, the soldiers of the United Kingdom, but the Americans who stood here on Line Jackson 197 years ago. The Battle of New Orleans, in so many ways, from the minute it ended, became the subject of myth. And so much of the actual battle was lost to that myth. To those living in the United States, it became the story of rugged frontiersmen in coonskin caps with unerring Kentucky long rifles, completely negating the contributions of the American artillery, the uniformed militia companies, volunteers from other states, and most tragically, the United States regular army. One of the regiments that fought on this battlefield 100 still exists, and it still carries on the idea of defending the American Republic. That regiment is known as the 7th United States Infantry Regiment, or the Cotton Regiment, for the mythical bales of cotton of which this barricade was not composed. But the idea of being cotton balers has sustained this individual regiment throughout its history. It had been founded in the year 1808. It was a very new regiment. This was the first time the majority of this regiment would engage a foreign foe. And they did very well. They stand today as America's most decorated infantry regiment. They continue to serve our nation. You'll notice on the top of the battalion flag a series of Department of Defense battle honors. That is an amazing amount of American blood, suffering, and devotion. In 1997, we were presented by the active duty regiment the honor of carrying those streamers and proclaiming to all the past history of that regiment. And so every year we come together on this spot with our friends and you, the public, to remember the sacrifices of those forgotten men. And we call the roll of honors. And as you hear them, I am sure many of them will strike a chord within your heart. When we finish reading the honors, the colors will troop the line. A regiment's music was its voice. Its colors were its symbols of pride and honor. Attention! Battalion! Shoulder!
Ready, attention!
Hold!
Shoulder! Up!
Department of the Army, lineage and honors, and a infantry Cotton Regiment. Constituted 12 April 1808. Organized 3rd May 1808 in the state of Kentucky and Tennessee. Campaign participation credit. War of 1812. Prairie du Chien, Campbell's Island, Canada, New Orleans, Florida, 1814, Louisiana, 1815, Mexican War, Texas, 1846, Monterey, Veracruz, Cerro Gordo, Contreras, Churubusco, Molino del Rey, Chapultepec, Civil War, Fredericksburg, Murfreesboro, Chancellorsville, Gettysburg, Chickamauga, Chattanooga, Atlanta, New Mexico, 1861, New Mexico, 1862, Kentucky, 1862, Mississippi, 1862, Tennessee, 1862, Tennessee, 1863, Georgia, 1864, Indian Wars, Tippecanoe, Greeks, Seminoles, Little Bighorn, Nez Perce, Utes, Pine Ridge, New Mexico, 1860, Wyoming, 1866, Montana, 1872, War with Spain, Santiago, Philippine Insurrection, Samar 1901, Samar 1902, World War I, AIDS, Campaign Mars, Ain Mars, San Miguel, Muse Argonne, Champagne 1911, Ile-de-France 1918, World War II, Algeria and French Morocco with arrowheads, Tunisia, Sicily with arrowheads, Naples, Baggio, Anzio with arrowheads, Rome, Arno, southern France with arrowheads, Rhineland, Ardennes, Alsace, Central Europe, Korean War, CCF intervention, First UN counteroffensive, CCF Spring counteroffensive, UN Summer-Fall offensive, Second Korean Winter, Korea, Summer-Fall 1952, Third Korean Winter, Korea, Summer 1952, Vietnam, counteroffensive Phase 2, counteroffensive Phase 3, Tet counteroffensive, counteroffensive Phase 4, counteroffensive Phase 5, counteroffensive Phase 6, Tet 69 counteroffensive, Summer-Fall 1969, Winter-Spring 1970, Sanctuary counteroffensive, counteroffensive Phase 7, Southwest Asia, defense of Saudi Arabia, liberation and defense of Kuwait, ceasefire, Iraq. Decoration, Presidential Unit Citation Streamer embroidered Colmar, Presidential Unit Citation Streamer embroidered Chalk Song, Presidential Unit Citation Army Streamer embroidered Seagull, Presidential Unit Citation Army Streamer embroidered Quang Ni, Valorous Unit Award Streamer embroidered Saigon, Long Bin, Valorous Unit Streamer embroidered Iraq, Kuwait, Army Superior Unit Award Streamer embroidered 1994, French Croix de Guerre with Gilt Star World War I Streamer embroidered Ain Mars, French Croix de Guerre with Palm World War II Streamer embroidered Colmar, French Croix de Guerre World War II Fouragé, Republic of Korea Presidential Unit Citation Streamer embroidered Wee Jeonju Coroner, Republic of Korea Presidential Unit Citation Streamer embroidered Iron Triangle, Prisoon Ariston Andreas the Bravery Gold Medal of Greece Streamer embroidered Korea. Colors! Troops alive! Battalion! Treason! Out! Treason! Up! stated that that became the regiment's official march, dating from this battle. And to this day, it is still the regiment's march. One thing to notice, the gentleman carrying the national or blue standard is a very fine American current active duty veteran who has served his country in Afghanistan. It reminds us, with that tune, of what soldiers will leave behind them, their families, their loved ones, and what thoughts the men of both sides must have had of home on that cold January morning 197 years ago. Every year we also honor the memory of so many women, families left behind, whose loved ones never returned. And so we place our memorial wreath, decorated with the cotton balls for the mythical bales of cotton, and the blue and white ribbons for the color of the American Indian. Gentlemen, thank you very much for taking time out of your day to remember the individuals who stood on this field almost 200 years ago, and to remember that two nations which once were at war could become the strongest and most unshakable of friends. Ladies and gentlemen, as you leave here today, remember simply this: if you love your freedom, thank a veteran. Attention! Battalion! Present! Out! Shoulder up! Reason up! done, everybody. Well done. So we come once again to the end of another event. And as is our tradition, not only reading streamers, we read the Cottonvale Freeders, who soldier in the regiment of Cottonville. And for those of you who are here, welcome. Part of your heritage. And as I read this, take a look in a second at Michael and David who carry their colors and the streamers upon them. And I'm a Cottonville. Before you stand a damn fine Cottonville, by God. I can be counted on to accomplish any mission, any task, any job. I've been in the arena. I've made it companies. I have no I'm a damn fine soldier. I'm a Cottonvale, by God. I earned my nickname at Chalmette in the War of 1812. We stacked cotton bales on the levee with Andrew Jackson and stood the fury of the British swear. With spent musket and cannon, the British retired from the field that day. They had met some damn fine soldiers. Cottonvalers, by God. I remember the Alamo. I traveled south. I left my blood at Monterey, Veracruz, and Cerro Gordo. I marched triumphantly into Mexico City, proudly proclaiming, Cottonvalers, by God. The sound of fury from Fredericksburg, Chancellorsville, Chickamauga, and Chattanooga still rings in my ears, and I witnessed the closing acts of the internal strife at Gettysburg. I had fought my brother, but I had done my job. I'm a Cottonvale, by God. I helped in the West, been a proud adversary after Little Bighorn, and can count on my fallen comrades against the Creeks, Seminoles, and Utes. I stormed the slopes of San Juan Hill in Santiago, and I met triumph in the Philippines. I am a Cottonvaler, by God. My rest was short. I crossed over the sea and marched into France. I fought and died at Chateau Thierry, stood like a rock on the Marne, and smashed onward into the Meuse-Argonne and San Mateo. I left behind a lot of damn fine soldiers, all Cottonvalers, by God. Peace at last and rest, but not for long. I assaulted the beaches of Morocco and bloodied my tired feet in Tunisia, Sicily, Naples, Anzio, and Rome, and then landed on the French Riviera, pushed on to the Vosges Mountains, and spent a hard winter in the Colmar Pocket. There I earned the French Croix de Guerre. I fought on into the Rhineland, pushed through the Ardennes, viewed the horrors of war near Dachau, marched into Nuremberg, and witnessed a dying Third Reich in Berchtesgaden Garden. We led the way. Cottonvalers, by God. I was one of the first to see action in Korea. I unslung my rifle and hitched up my belt once again. I stopped the Chinese, relieved battered Marines, and kept the corridor open with my blood. I spilled my guts in the Iron Triangle and showed my courage with 8 medals of honor. They were all damn fine soldiers. They were all Cottonvalers, my God. In South Vietnam, I fought the tough Viet Cong through rice paddies, steaming jungles, and mountains. I met the determined NVA and rose to every challenge in that country far away. I fought and spilled my blood when others chose to run. I did my duty. I honored my country. I am a damn fine man. I'm a Cottonvaler, by God. In Germany, I stood tall for all those years and helped bring down the Berlin Wall and roll up the Iron Curtain. My resolve, my strength, and my presence brought peace and freedom from communism. But the peacemaker found little rest, and tyranny struck again. From the forests and swamps of Georgia, I came to the sands of Saudi Arabia. I again shouldered my ruck and my weapon. I left behind my family, and I gave up my comforts. I answered the trumpet's call. I came with my brothers and sisters to draw a line for freedom. I destroyed the Iraqi army's will to fight and freed the people of Kuwait. The torch had been passed. to a new generation. I met the test. A damn fine soldier. A cotton tailor, by God. A decade passed, and I was again called to the ancient lands of Iraq. I picked up my gear, loaded my Bradley, and shipped out with a tearful goodbye. I stopped briefly in Kuwait, where my brothers had tread not so long ago. I churned up the desert, charged on in sandstorms, fought courageously in the Najaf and Scarpet, and cities and towns like Nasiriyah and Salawa. I broke through the Karbala Gap and met tyranny head-on in Baghdad. I sacrificed my blood for freedom, for all the people of Iraq. With the door to Iraq open, the stage set for democracy, I returned home. All proud soldiers, all cotton balers, my God. Today, I stand ready, a fighting team, willing and able, waiting again for the trumpet's call. When you speak of freedom, I am freedom. When you speak of the infantry, my brothers before me, present, and those yet to come, all proud soldiers, all damn fine soldiers.